The Florida Department of Transportation's mission is to provide a safe transportation system that ensures the mobility of people and goods, enhances economic prosperity, and preserves the quality of our environment and communities. The department's top priorities are safety and the preservation of the state highway system or existing FDOT roads. The department also prioritizes capacity improvements and other projects such as landscaping, intelligent transportation systems, and service patrols. We coordinate directly with federal and local governments, including transportation planning organizations, county commissions, and municipalities. Transit, airports, seaports, rail, bicycle, and pedestrian travel programs also receive state and federal transportation funds. District 6 covers Miami-Dade and Monroe counties, which is home to more than 2.6 million residents who travel more than 31 million vehicle miles per day. The state road system includes 700 miles of roadway, which when all lanes are considered equals 2,967 lane miles. Our residents are served by 7 public airports, 78 private airports, 2 rail lines, 2 deep water ports, and 3 fixed guideway systems, Tri-Rail, Metrorail, and Metromover. Now, let's review where FDOT District 6 gets the funds to do its work. There are several funding sources. The adopted budget for District 6's 5-year work program is $3.988 billion. 56% of that funding comes from the state. 34% of that funding comes from federal aid. The remaining balance is from toll revenue, right-of-way and state infrastructure bank bonds, local contributions from other entities to perform work on FDOT-related projects such as MDX, utilities, and other government agencies, and other funds. FDOT District 6's work program allocated funding in the following categories: product, product support, operations and maintenance, and administration. Now let's discuss product. FDOT District 6's work program is allocating $2.8 billion in product. 73% of District 6's product consists of construction improvements. 17% of the product is dedicated to freight logistics and passenger operations, exceeding statutory requirements. The remaining product is right-of-way and other products. When broken down further, 23% of District 6's construction budget is allocated toward public-private partnerships. 57% is allocated toward capacity improvements. The remaining budget is allocated toward roadway resurfacing, bridge repair, and safety improvements. Of the $478 million of freight logistics and passenger operations funding, FDOT is investing $171 million in transit improvements. The remaining budget is distributed amongst other modes of public transportation, including aviation, rail, seaports, and intermodal. The work program is a tentative list of projects that will be funded and carried out in District 6 during the next 5 years. It is the department's budget for work in Miami-Dade and Monroe counties and is developed annually. Each year, the current projects are completed and a new 5th year is added. Projects are identified and schedules are developed based on priorities and allocated funds. As a result of the 2016 legislation, the 2017 work program cycle was accelerated 2 months from the normal schedule. In May, the department begins the work program cycle internally. Between June and September, there is significant interaction with county officials, including elected officials and Miami-Dade Transportation Planning Organization, or TPO staff, to determine any projects they and their constituents would like to bring into the work program. The public hearings take place in Miami-Dade and Monroe counties in October. Then, the Miami-Dade TPO and Monroe Commission have an opportunity to review the work program at their October meetings and give their concurrence. In November, FDOT staff in Tallahassee compiles our district's plan, along with that of all other districts, to create the statewide work program. That is sent to the Governor's Office, Legislature, Florida Transportation Commission, and Department of Economic Opportunity in December. In January, the Florida Transportation Commission holds a public hearing to receive public input for the tentative work program. After the appropriations are approved by the Legislature, The work program is adopted by the FDOT State Secretary in July, and the cycle begins again. The TPO coordinates the plans of all the transportation agencies operating within Miami-Dade County into its Transportation Improvement Program, or TIP, which also has a 5-year timeline. It then prioritizes all projects for submittal to the Department for Federal, State, and Local Funding. The TIP incorporates transportation plans from all of the following: FDOT District 6, Florida's Turnpike Enterprise, Miami-Dade Public Works, Miami-Dade Transit, Miami-Dade Aviation Department, Miami-Dade Seaport Department, Miami-Dade Expressway Authority, South Florida Regional Transportation Authority, and the Citizens Independent Transportation Trust. The department coordinates with the following county partners to facilitate the decision-making process for Monroe County. Throughout the cycle, the department receives input from Monroe County staff and county commissioners for projects to be added into the work program. Now let's watch a video that further explains how projects are developed.
The state of Florida has recently surpassed New York as the third most populous state in the U.S., with nearly 20 million residents. Even more staggering, Florida has 100 million visitors coming to the beautiful Sunshine State every year, and 50 million of these visitors arrive by car. Our infrastructure and planning are integral to the state's success, economic growth, and vitality. Transportation impacts where we live, work, and play. Helping meet the transportation needs of residents and visitors to this great state through stable and long-term planning is the primary responsibility of the Florida Department of Transportation. The Florida Department of Transportation plans, develops, and implements multimodal projects or infrastructure to meet the long-term transportation needs of Florida's residents and visitors through a stable work program. The FDOT consists of 7 districts and the Florida Turnpike Enterprise. District 1, with a land area of nearly 12,000 square miles, represents 12 counties in southwestern Florida. Its 1.8 million residents contribute to the 21 million miles traveled daily on its state highways. District 2 is home to more than 1.9 million residents. Its 18 counties cover nearly 12,000 square miles. Travelers on the state highway system log more than 43 million miles daily. District 3 represents Florida's Panhandle. Its 1.4 million residents are spread over 16 counties and 11,500 square miles. Each day, motorists travel more than 26 million miles on state roads. 5 counties make up District 4's 5,000 square miles. With 3.6 million residents, vehicles in District 4 travel more than 52 million miles daily. District 5 is one of the fastest growing areas of the state. It covers 9 counties, has nearly 9,000 square miles, and is home to nearly 4 million residents who log more than 55 million vehicle miles traveled daily. District 6 encompasses Miami-Dade and Monroe counties in South Florida. The district is home to 2.6 million people. Its roads are traveled more than 31 million miles daily. District 7, with a land area of nearly 3,400 square miles, represents 5 counties with almost 2.9 million residents in the Tampa Bay area. Drivers in the district travel nearly 34 million miles daily. With 483 miles of beautifully maintained safe toll highways, Florida's Turnpike system spans from Miami to Wildwood and includes toll facilities in South Florida, Orlando, and Tampa, as well as Polk County. On average, 2.3 million motorists use Florida's Turnpike each day. Florida's Turnpike Enterprise is responsible for toll operations on all FDOT-owned and operated toll roads and bridges. This represents more than 600 miles of roadway and approximately 80% of all toll facilities in Florida. The existing transportation system within Florida is served by state-owned roadways, bridges, airports, deep-water seaports, rail lines, and transit agencies. FDOT maintains nearly 13,000 center lane miles and 6,783 bridges. Florida is home to 110,000 center lane miles of off-system roads and 5,381 off-system bridges, as well as 15 seaports, 129 public-use airports, 2 spaceports with 10 launch facilities, and numerous passenger and rail freight partners, including the Sunrail, which runs from Orlando to DeBary, and the Tri-Rail, which runs from Miami to just north of West Palm Beach. FDOT's yearly transportation budget is more than $10 billion, and FDOT is only 25% federally funded. State and local transportation officials are also responsible for looking at areas of congestion and the cause of these reoccurring and non-reoccurring trouble areas, and must develop plans and strategies to solve these congestion problems. Plans and goals of each district are carried out in part by each district's 5-year work program, the district's transportation plan. This program is developed by working with local governments, other agencies, and the public. The metropolitan planning organizations and local governments help to set transportation priorities for the department. The district funds the highest priority projects using state and federal funds and entering them into the work program, keeping in mind there are funding constraints and it may take time to fully fund these projects. This work program contains projects in different phases of production: planning, project development and environment, design, right-of-way, and construction. Whether a new road or bridge is being built or the department is assisting other transportation agencies, each project goes through the phases of production. The official 5-year work program is adopted July 1st by the Florida State Secretary of Transportation. July 1st is the first day of the state's fiscal year. The plan is adopted after the public hearings are held and public comments have been accepted. Local governments have endorsed the plan, and the Florida Transportation Commission and state legislatures have approved it. The plan also has stability. First, it is financially balanced. FDOT uses state and federal dollars that are forecasted in each fiscal year to fund projects that metropolitan planning organizations and county commissions have prioritized. Second, the plan is also stable because it funds the different phases of production to ensure the projects are moved through the schedule all the way through construction. Some projects are in the middle of the production process, some are just beginning, and some are near the end. As the district develops and updates each year's work program with residents and local governments, it is understood that next July 1st, the current or first year of the plan will have begun or is complete and will not show as proposed anymore. The new 5th year will be added on. The yearly update produces the tentative new 5-year work program. The district works with the public and local governments to set priorities with this new 5-year plan. New priorities are populated into the new 5th year. Adjustments in the first 3 years create stability issues. The work program assures we have a prioritized program of transportation choices that result in a better quality of life for the residents and visitors to this beautiful state.
District 6 currently has several major projects underway and planned over the next 5 years in Miami-Dade County. They include Palmetto Expressway, I-75 Express Managed Lanes Network, Golden Glades Interchange, I-95 improvements, Okeechobee Road, Chrome Avenue reconstruction and widening projects, First Street Bridge, Alton Road and Collins Avenue projects, and Smart Plan. District 6 currently has several major projects underway and planned over the next 5 years in Monroe County. They include Old 7-Mile Bridge repair, landscaping and resurfacing projects, a new pedestrian bridge for Founders Park in Isla Mirada, Overseas Highway from Sugarloaf Key to Cujo Key and from Cujo Key to Summerlin Key, State Road 5 US 1 Overseas Highway from Ohio Bahia Honda Channel to 7 Mile Bridge, State Road 5 Overseas Highway at Sugarloaf Key, Overseas Heritage Trail. These major projects are generating thousands of jobs in District 6. According to the Federal Highway Administration, for every $1 billion invested in transportation infrastructure, 28,000 jobs are generated. $3.988 billion invested in the FDOT District 6 work program will generate more than 142,000 new jobs in Miami-Dade and Monroe counties. If you have questions or comments, please call 305-470-5349 or send an email to wpcomments@dot.state.fl.us. Thank you for joining us.